so true. Our courage will pull us through. You teach me and I'll teach you. Pokemon, gotta catch 'em all. Gotta catch 'em all. Pokemon.
Hello, you guys. You're watching one of my narrated Wi-Fi battle videos. This is Necrostevo. That's right, today we're switching it up. I said the second part first this time, because I can. Not that big of a change, but you know, you do what you can. Today is a match, an OU match that I had against one of my Twitter followers, / he has his own channel. Be sure to go check it out in the description. His side of the battle is up as well, so I'm going to post that. You guys should go check it out, because he recently started his channel. I think he does a pretty damn good job at narrating. Now you notice from the team preview, he has a rain team. I'm using several Pokemon that I got from Toshiro's trade shop, the Otaku Station, so be sure to go check that out as well. Maybe he has something that you guys are looking for. But anyways though, on the first turn, I didn't want to Volt Switch just because he has a Thundurus. It turns out that his Thundurus Therian form is Scarfed. I didn't know that at the time, but I knew I didn't want to Volt Switch and give it a free switch in that early. But he brings in Ferrothorn. Now I need to Volt Switch so I can get out into Skarmory and taunt him. This actually is my first time recently. In all the generations Skarmory has been out since 2nd gen, I've never trained one. And I've only recently developed any type of penchant for it at all, because I never liked it before because it was always paired with Blissey. And I don't like Blissey, so I guess that bled over to Skarmory some. But I really like this one. It's max HP, max speed build, and it has Rocky Helmet. It's kind of there to annoy U-turners. And also, people don't expect Skarmory to outspeed things. Typically, they expect it to be more bulky. But I taunt the Ferrothorn to stop him from setting up, get up my rocks, and I just switch out into Rotom, expecting the electric move maybe for him to Volt Switch. But he just goes straight for Thunder, and jeez, that did a lot of damage. My defensive Rotom, this is a physically defensive Rotom, did not take that Thunder well at all. And I was just going to switch out here, but then I decided, hey, maybe he'll think that I'm going to switch out because that's going to knock me out. And so I went for Pain Split instead, and it turns out that he does switch out into his Starmie. He probably expected me to Will-O-Wisp again, which I think is what he mentioned in his narration. And once again, I don't want to Volt Switch because now he can just switch back into Thundurus. So I'm going to go back out into Excalibur. I'm looking for an opportunity here to Rapid Spin away that layer of spikes he got up. I have a few grounded things on this random team that I put together. And here is where I find out that he's Scarfed because he just goes for Thunder again. And I was going to taunt him so that he didn't get a setup with Nasty Plot or anything like that. And that was kind of a waste of a turn and a waste of an I'm sorry, I was going to say a waste of an Excalibur, but a waste of a Skarmory, because he doesn't have any setup moves. He's just going to keep on using Thunder for the majority of the battle. But now that I realize that he is locked in on Thunder, I'm just going to go out into Amoonguss, hope I don't get paralyzed, and I know I can take Thunders for a good amount of time. And looking at his team in the team preview, I knew he didn't have anything that wanted to take a Spore unless it had a Lumberry. He could also bring in Starmie and get the natural cure, but expecting Ferrothorn, I just went for Hidden Power Fire, although it's in the rain. After getting a legitimate Hidden Power Fire that's base 70 from Toshiro, I kind of just have been clicking that a lot because it's so satisfying to be able to use one that's actually max power. But now I see a good opportunity to spin away his entry hazards, and he starts setting up Calm Minds, which makes me go, okay, I think I can take a +1 Dragon Pulse because this is a defensive Starmie. Starmie has pretty good special defense, and I have max HP, max defense, I think. No, max HP, max speed, I think, I'm sorry. But he goes for Draco Meteor, which that really surprised me because normally you don't see Calm Mind used in conjunction with Draco Meteor, but now he's at -1 special attack instead of -2. I go out into my Choice Banded Arcanine Alley just to kind of see what his other move is. I needed to see if he had Surf or if he had maybe Psychic as his other coverage move. I just needed to see what he had. And I do find out that he does have Surf, which is good information to have, especially since he's running a rain team. And I go out into Michael just to kind of bait him into going for another Draco Meteor, because I did a damage calculation and there was a good chance that I was actually going to live it. And so that would have given me a good chance to take him out with my own Draco Meteor, which is the point of that. He switches on to Ferrothorn, and I'm happy I burned it earlier because while my Draco Meteor does not kill him, After the burn, it puts him out of range where an Earth Power or an Ice Beam will easily take him out. We're just going to switch over to Ice Beam here and knock out Ferrothorn. Not going to switch out and give him a chance to set up any other entry hazards. And even if he brings in his Lucario on the switch-in, his Ferrothorn will die to a switch-in later on. Now here he brings in his Lucario. I did not want to take a close combat to the face. I'm going to go out into Amoonguss. I just needed to find out what type of set he was running. If he was running Swords Dance, I knew I could take a Swords Dance Bullet Punch, or Swords Dance Ice Punch even. But he actually just goes straight for the close combat. And looking at the damage, I went, wow, he is banded. Because that is almost a 50% HP damage off of a resisted hit. That's nuts. I didn't really want to deal with that, so I'm just going to go straight for Spore. He brings in Latias, which is okay by me. He may have expected Hidden Power Fire there just because I went for it before, but I didn't really want to play around with the Lucario. Now here he brings in his Politoed, and I actually took the opportunity to switch out into my Choice Banded Arcanine. Just in case he woke up, I could hit him with the Choice Banded Extreme Speed, because in that way, even if he outsped me, it wouldn't matter, excuse me. But at the same point, okay, he brought in Politoed. I don't really have anything that can switch in on a Hydro Pump at this point, especially since my Rotom is missing so much health. But fortunately for me, he goes for Scald, and a Rain Boosted Scald doesn't do that much at all, and he doesn't get the burn. This is actually the first match in a long time that I have not been Scald, crit, and burned at the same time. So I was very happy to get that. He just goes for Protect, probably just to see what I'm going to lock myself into. I go for Will-O-Wisp, just wanting some residual damage. Again, going for the Volt Switch, not a particularly a good idea. And he's going to try to bring in his Starmie once again on the Will-O-Wisp, but I figured since he knows I'm going for Will-O-Wisp, let's switch up moves now. And I decided to go for Volt Switch. So that worked out. That was a real 50-50 there. He could have very easily brought in Thundurus, who really isn't that bothered by Will-O-Wisp. I guess he would have taken another 25% from Stealth Rocks, and another percent from Will-O-Wisp, and so that would have worn him down fairly quickly. But even if he had done that, I would have been a little bit put off by the threat of Thunders everywhere. Now I bring in Kyurem. I know he's going to bring in his Lucario as a response to my Kyurem. And I go into Arcanine this time. I was expecting him to Ice Punch instead of close combating because the switch to Amoonguss was so obvious after I did it last time. But he just goes right for the close combat. Fortunately, he does not have his spikes up because I sacrificed Starmie earlier to spin those away. And after the Intimidate, he's at neutral attack, so I'm barely able to live. And that's going to come into huge play here just because, alright, so now I get to go back out into my Arcanine, and I'm going to get a chance to Choice Band Extreme Speed a few things. So unless he wants to bring in his Lucario to a Choice Band at Extreme Speed, which even resisted is going to hurt, I'm going to do some damage. So first off, we're going to take out his Latias, which after the Stealth Rock damage, I'm able to take that out very cleanly. He's going to bring back in his Lucario. I'm going to go back out into my Amoonguss. And here I was like, okay, he's definitely going to go for Ice Punch here because Ice Punch will probably KO Arcanine at that range. But he just goes for close combat again. And it may or may not have mattered that he just went for close combat. We're going to see how much Ice Punch does later on. It does about maybe 70 to 65%. So with the Regenerator, I may have been able to switch out and play around that a little bit, but if he had gone for Ice Punch on any one of those turns, it would have put me in a pretty precarious position. But since I was able to take out his Latias, it means I'm able to put something else to sleep. And instead of staying in and hitting me with another close combat, which would have been kind of silly, he goes out into his Thundurus. And I'm okay with that, because now I get to go back out into my Arcanine, and we're going to hit it with another Choice Band Extreme Speed. And Thundurus is not exactly frail. He's not extremely bulky, like I would even argue Arcanine is probably a little bit more bulky than Thundurus, but he is not frail, and I'm able to take him out from over half HP with a Choice Band at Extreme Speed. So me getting rid of those spikes earlier and playing really defensively with my Arcanine is paying off in spades. The only thing that I did wrong really is switch him in on Lucario when I thought he was going to go for Ice Punch, but here I figured that the water move was really obvious, so I just wanted to stay in and go for Extreme Speed just to see what he was going to do, to see if he overpredicted. And he actually predicts my Rotom coming in there, I believe, which is fine by me, because now I'm going to switch out expecting the water move, and he's going to go for Protect to rack up a little bit of damage there. But since I switched out, I'm going to be able to live one more turn of Toxic, which means that on a KO I get 2 Extreme Speeds, or after a switch in I get 1. So here I'm going to go for Volt Switch just because I don't have to worry about his Thunderous anymore. I wasn't expecting it to kill just because of how defensive his Politoed is. But I did know I could just go out into a Moongus, and even with the Ice Beam, he wouldn't be able to do much. He goes for Toxic there, probably expecting me to go back out into... I don't really know why. He probably just wanted to hit the Rotom with Toxic, because if he has Protect, Scald, Toxic, and Ice Beam, he doesn't really have anything to hit Rotom that hard. So he probably just wanted the residual damage. But anyways though, I'm able to take him out with my Amoonguss, and that is going to leave Yorick. Alas, poor Yorick. You are the only one left. But at this point in the match, I think all I have left are the 3 Pokemon that I just mentioned, Amoonguss, Arcanine, and Rotom Wash Form. And I did not want to risk anything here. I didn't want to go for the Hidden Power Fire and have it do a pittance of damage. I didn't want to do any of those shenanigans. I just kind of wanted to take him out, and so I ended up going for the Spore. Then we're going to switch out, go back into Arcanine, and finish him off with the Flare Blitz. Even in the rain, Flare Blitz is going to be doing oodles of damage just because it's Choice Banded. And Lucario isn't that bulky. So I hope you guys really enjoyed that match. I had a lot of fun with it. Please go check out my opponent's channel, just because, especially with things like the Pokemosh Pit falling down and phasing out and that type of thing, we have to keep on supporting people who are, you know, trying to get involved and new in the community. So please go check out his channel. I think you guys will really enjoy his commentary. And if you all figured out the theme of his team, be sure to let me know in the comments. I'm interested to know what you guys think. So in the meantime, I will talk to you guys on Friday. I don't really have anything that I want to talk about here at the end. I have some job interviews on Wednesday, one for a law firm, one for a position at a college about an hour away from where I live. So I guess wish me luck with those, and I wish you guys luck with your endeavors this week as well. You guys have a great week, and I'll talk to you all later. Bye.